Hello, YouTube friends. Welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen, and today I am going to be trying the Tuesday 10, which is an open collaboration with Studio Lou. And we'll see how far we get. This is my first Tuesday 10, and I reserve the right not to do 10 because anything could go wrong. First, I'm already cheating. My Tuesday 10 already pre-made, because I don't know how to start and stop the camera yet, is to take this packaging, Popcorn Corners. I love this color, and I have cut it into 1-inch strips, and then I have pleated it. So this is going to be some trim. So that is my one. I have a pile of stuff over here. And we will see how far we get. So I'm gonna fish right to the bottom and bring out another color, which is fairly harmonious with this one. And still more cheating. I have already cut these into large triangles, and this is a make from Carrie the Crafter, who took a 12 by 12 sheet and made 4 pockets out of it. I don't have a 12 by 12 sheet of this, but I cut in the sort of right angle triangles and want to make some pockets. Funny story about this. This is a gift from a friend of mine, and I opened it in front of a second friend, and I was being very, very careful to preserve all of the niceness and the freshness and the crispness of the paper. And my second friend was so anxious to see what the gift was that she just tore into the gift and peeled off the paper and then balled it into this really tight ball. So I lost the paper. However, the gift was really amazing. It was a foul ball that he caught at a Blue Jays game, and he gave it to me, which is a really, really kind gift. So all I am doing with these packages, or at least with these triangles, is folding them in two, and what I'm going to do then is sew them down here, so there's a pocket here and also a pocket here. And then one more. And I suspect we can all do it right angly, all kind of perfectly, but I am not going to. There we are, and so there's 3 done. That is amazing. So that's 2 things done. We're off to a great start. Next thing I'm going to pull out is this piece of wallpaper, which is very, very pretty. I was able to find a wallpaper book at my local thrift store, and I bought it, and I have been gently using the papers as I make journals. And so what I want to do from this is just sort of tear this off, just like that. We'll keep that piece for later. And what I want to do is make some tabs. And I think there's something probably called fussy tabbing, where you sort of look at what you are printing and you make sure that you get this image or that image in it. I like that one because it's mostly all floral and all leafy. That's another one that's just all leafy. Doesn't have any of the brown in it. So my current project is making a STEM journal, and I have chosen to use math as the theme. And finding math books and math themed ephemera, etc., is trickier than you'd think. There are not a lot of images either of women in those fields, which is unfortunate. I am certain that there were lots and lots and lots of women that were somehow adjacent, and nobody ever took their pictures. And that is a shame. One more. I wonder if I can squeak 2 in. I think the answer to that is no. Oh, maybe. Hang on. Tear that off. Scooch that up a bit. We'll see how tight we can make this. Good enough. There we go. Okay. There we are. And so now I have a bunch of tabs. So that's 3 things. These are going to be all sloppy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a paper clip on them so they're easier to handle. Next, what do I want to do? I have this piece, which I would like to trim down. The floral doesn't really seem to be a good support for the math theme, but the blue is. I don't know why blue is math, but it is in my book now, or at least in this journal now. Here. There's one. That's a beautiful piece of paper. I'll keep that for later. Some other project. This is a pocket that I saw, who did I see do? I think Wendy do last night. And she was making Christmas ones. I am not yet doing Christmas stuff, so we will not worry about Christmas stuff, but the make is great. And I have a sort of an embosser folder thing. I don't have one of those scoreboards. I have a scoring tool, and I have my grid ruler that I always use. Now, last night I had a heck of a time with this. So that was 1.5 inches, and this is going to be 3 3/8 inches. Even though I am Canadian, I sew and measure in inches more easily than I do, because I am one of those people of a generation that midway through my schooling, they switched. Here. So we have a tab here, and then we have a piece here. This little piece here is a lovely spot for writing. So I am not going to do a large trim off. She would have trimmed off this amount. I am just going to go just at the corner like that. And I am going to put a nice thumb hole in the side here. Just comme ça. And we gluey glue. And I don't use the fancy glue that I can't think the name of off the top of my head. I use this Beacon 3-in-1 glue. And there's no philosophical reason why I am not using art glitter glue, that's the name of it. Except I bought one once and it had already gone completely off and it was really expensive. And so I thought, well, I don't want to risk that again. So I've never bought another kind, and I found a replacement, which is this, and it is cheaper and more readily available to me. So I stuck with this. There we are, Gluey McGluersons. There we are. Oh, schmutz on it. There we are. So that can be a pocket, it's a fold. We'll see what we use that for later on. What else do we have? I think we have another piece of paper that I can kind of do the same thing with, because anything worth doing is worth overdoing. And I will do a second one. There we are. I'll put that aside. And we do this again, which is the 1/2 inch. And then the 3 3/8. It's a nice day out. It's a fall day. Everything is all yellow. All the trees are losing their leaves, so later today I have to go outside and do some raking. That will be nice. It's enjoyable to be outside in the fall. I really love the smell of fall. Oh, and this is nice and convenient because it gives you the spot where you can do a thumb hole. And this one I can do a much clearer slice. There we are. And more gluing. This is mildly terrifying, I'm not gonna lie, because part of my brain is going, and what are you gonna do after this? What are you gonna do after this? And I think that's one of the reasons why I had to do one before I started filming, just so that if I had to do something, I would at least have one thing done. I know it's cheating. There we are. And the second one. Oh, it's coming up. There we are. That's 2. And I want to fussy cut at least one of these circles. And I don't know if I want to do it. I'm going to do the straight circle and not worry about the trim, because I think the trim is a little too I don't know what the term is for what this style is, the trim. The only thing I can think of is twee, and that is not the right term, I don't think. There we are. That can be the background for something. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And I'm not going to worry about the flower. I can always cover that up. One of the things that I really appreciate about Cindy at Studio Lou, subscribe if you don't, to her channel, because she's pretty amazing, is she is not married to perfect shapes. So she will do organic shapes and freeform shapes. And the first time I saw her do it, it blew my mind, because it instantly freed me from that desire to be just so with everything I did. And that improved my journaling immensely. So I really appreciate that about her. What else do we have? What else do we have? Ooh, here's a thing. So, on the topic of hard to do math things, this isn't strictly math, but I think the the shapes and the curves and the architecture are math suggestive, math adjacent, if you will. So I'm going to make a journal card out of this. Do it that way, which is 1/4 of an inch, just a little less. There's one. Here we are. And I need some backing for this, which is over here in my bin. I have an envelope of envelopes that accumulate at a great rate. Oh, they don't fit. Oh, here's one. Yep, we can use that. Rattle, rattle, rattle. And my letter opener. And glue. Glue and glue book. Anyone living in Ontario, you might recognize this book, and it is not a book, it is the LCBO's food and drink magazine that comes out about 8 times a year. It is a great book for gluing. It is also a great book for getting images and gluing things on, and it is super all-purpose and free, free, free. And who wouldn't love that? And my scrape card is from Michaels, and it says joy, which I think is fundamentally what junk journaling and this kind of art is all about. I need my ruler. Again, there we go. Oops. There we are. And you probably can't visually tell what I am doing, but I am just pushing the ruler up, and there is just enough of a ridge with the top paper that I can get an even flush line. And ta-da! I got a journal card. I might do something with the back just to take some of that white off, but not at the moment. Oh, here's another piece, another journal card. Oh, haha. This is a beautiful image from a book called, I can't remember. I will get it to you maybe in the show notes. And it says, imagine how we would be if we were less afraid. I think that is a beautiful, beautiful quotation. And it is already blank on the back side. So all I need to do is trim. And I might fold this and just use it as, Cindy calls it, stationary, which I think is a great term. Here. Here. That's great. And let's see what else we have. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. So this comes from the Gnome book. And I wonder if that can just be a page in the journal. Trying to figure out where his hat goes. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be all. Okay, we're making this into a page. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I was going to do something more complicated with that, but I think this is the best use of it. Oh, look at that, just at his face. And I'm going to leave the top raggedy scraggly. Here is 2 images, also architecture. What's on the back? Oh, also architecture on the back. And black and white so I could paint it. So what I'm going to do is tear this off. Here. Could also be another page. And make it a page. That's just what we're gonna do. There we are. And these, I'm going to fussy cut. Or should I? I could make this one a tuck. I could make this one a fussy cut. Let's do that. Here. I love the way that sound behind you was my cat. She is the executive producer of this YouTube channel. Her name is Lucy. There we are. Good enough. Paint that. How wide is that? It is 2 and a bit. Okay, so I'm going to leave some edge. I will leave a 1/4 edge. Where did I put it? Ah, there. There. And there. It's going to be a little bit of a baffle. There we go. So I'm going to do a ridiculous count at the moment and see if I have 10 things, and be impressed if I do. So it's not 10 things, it is using 10 things, but this is my first go around, so I'm going to see if I can't get 10 things. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at us go. 11, 12, 13, 14. So I now have 14 pieces of ephemera, just like that, for my new STEM math journal. I'm going to call it now. This has been a Tuesday 10 open collaboration with Studio Lou. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more episodes. See you soon. Bye now.